Day COPA, Johannesburg, and anyone else out there in the land of YouTube that might have stumbled across this wonderful little podcast. COPA Radio is back with myself, Ian Gertenbach, music business and music culture lecturer, and I'm joined by my illustrious colleague. Would you mind introducing yourself, Andrew?
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Massey. I'm the head of faculty here on the Johannesburg campus. Also a bit of a vocal aficionado. And good to be here with you, Ian.
Yes, fantastic. All right, so for those who are just tuning in and who are not familiar with this format, we are doing a segment called The Week in Music History, where we just take a moment to step back and go day by day and just marvel at how ridiculous the music industry can actually be. You know.
Indeed.
So let us get started. I'll start it off with Monday, the 29th of January. So in 2014, more than 100,000 people signed a petition to deport Canadian citizen Justin Bieber out of America. The campaign followed his arrest earlier that month for drunk driving and driving without a valid license. According to U.S. government protocol, once a petition has over 100,000 signatures, it must be reviewed by White House staff, who will have to respond to it, and they declined. So, any thoughts?
Well, heavy thoughts actually, because I'm a bit of a believer.
Are you a believer?
I am, I quite enjoy him. But he was acting a bit of a fool at that stage in his career. So, yeah.
Do you think he still acts like a bit of a fool?
Well...
Is he maturing? Is he...
I'd say he is maturing, but, one can never know for sure. We don't hang out,
true.
you know.
Meltdowns can happen at any time,
Exactly.
Any time. Oh,
so 100,000 people actually got that right.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Yeah. I like the fact that the White House, chose to, respond and, because it seems like such a ridiculous thing to request as well.
Indeed.
We don't like this person, so let's sign a petition to get him out of the country.
He just gets so much flack. It's not necessary.
He's just a small town boy trying to make his way in a lonely world kind of thing. Yeah.
Shame.
So what happened on Tuesday there, Andrew?
Tuesday 30th of Jan in music history. 1969, the Beatles with Billy Preston played their lunchtime rooftop gig on the top of the Apple building in Savile Row. So what's that? Savile Row. How do you say that?
Probably Seville Row.
Seville Row, anyway.
Yeah.
In London, the Apple building in London. So, and this was their last show, apparently. The last time the Beatles performed live. It was 40 minutes long. Traffic was apparently brought to a standstill as crowds of the people gathered around below and watched from windows in nearby buildings. John Lennon ended the performance by saying, "I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we passed the audition." They totally passed the audition.
Oh yeah. I think the audition happened many years prior to that, but
yes. Well, this was an iconic show that their big rooftop appearance, which appeared unplanned, obviously.
Yes.
To the general public.
Yes. I believe there was a myth actually going around that that building is now an Apple store, but that myth has since been quashed.
Oh, really?
Thankfully, I'm struggling to remember what kind of. It's like some banal department store or something very decidedly unrock and roll and
with offices attached, probably.
Yeah, or something along those lines. But always John Lennon with his ridiculous sense of humor as well. Gotta love the guy. It's on Wednesday, the 31st of January in 2007. Jim Morrison, the vocalist for The Doors, for those who don't know, was enlisted to help fight global warming more than 35 years after his death. What kind of ritual they had to do to contact the dead to make that happen?
I was just thinking, how does this work?
They probably got in touch with his current estate and were like, "Hey man, would Jim be cool with this kind of thing?" So, but what happened is that "Woman in the Window," a previously unreleased poem written and recorded by the Doors frontman shortly before he died in 1971, was being set to music and used to publicize the Global Cool campaign. So
very cool, actually. I mean, to bring back an icon from the dead and back into the limelight.
Exactly.
It's a very cool concept. I mean, most of the, shall we say, icons and musical icons, or even movie icons, celebrities as such, that have passed on very, very soon after, lose traction, I suppose. People forget about that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to do this every now and then, and obviously for a good cause.
Exactly, which is always a fantastic thing to do it for. However, I see something very interesting happened on Thursday, the 1st of February. You want to detail what happened there, Andrew?
Well, 2008, 1st of February, US Space Agency NASA announced that Across the Universe by the Beatles was to become the first song ever to be beamed directly into space.
Hot dang.
Why we would want to do this, I'm not sure. But are we reaching out to other life forms or something like that?
I think if you read on, the information might present itself. Hopefully,
Well,
I guess.
as it says here, that the track would be transmitted through the Deep Space Network, a network of antennas, on the 40th anniversary of the song being recorded, being aimed at the North Star, Polaris, 431 light years from Earth. In a message to NASA, Paul McCartney said the project was an amazing feat. Well done, NASA, he added. Send my love to the aliens. All the best, Paul. Send me love. Send me love to the aliens. Huh?
His Liverpudlian accent. I can only assume that was their goal, though. Like, I mean, you don't just beam something into space and
Randomly,
like,
yes.
you know, oh, what are we doing today? No, we'll just beam something for no purpose whatsoever, you know.
That's just like beam, man. Yeah, obviously it's a kind of a send out. Let's try and contact E.T. and his mates out there.
I like the choice of Across the Universe as well.
Correct.
Just puns abound in the music industry. Hey, right. On Friday, the 2nd of February, and this is quite a bizarre one. Okay, 2014, a bizarrely named band called Skinny Puppy. Okay, sent the U.S. government an invoice after finding out their music was used as a torture device in Guantanamo Bay, which famously is where the Americans hold all of their terrorists, prisoners and political prisoners and such like that. So they were using this band's music to torture people. Noise pollution kind of
Which is somewhat insulting.
Yeah, like it depends on how you look at it, I guess. Like,
Yes, but yeah, if it were my music and they were using it as torture, I'd be a little insulted.
Well, it turns out, despite the band's aggressive sound, they obviously themselves said they never envisioned their music being used in such a way, or at least I hope not, because if that's like a reason for you making music, maybe, I don't know, go into the mortuary business or something like that, far away from living people. But asked how they felt about their songs allegedly being used in the detention camp, singer, very bizarrely spelled Kevin Key, replied, "Not too good. We never supported those types of scenarios because we make unsettling music. We can see it being used in a weird way, but it doesn't sit right with us, and so it shouldn't, I don't think."
Indeed, yeah. That's why I would feel insulted, you know, because your music is your art.
Yeah, like you want your music to sound nice to the ear.
To someone, at least.
At least, you know.
And not be used to torture someone.
Maybe it backfired and like the political prisoners was like, yes, what is this jam, my bro?
This rocks.
Who are these guys? Ironically enough, the same thing happened with AC/DC, by the way, as well. Like some of their music was also apparently used as like constant noise pollution. I don't remember which one of their songs, but it was like played on repeat in someone's cell in Guantanamo Bay as well.
Goodness, that's disturbing.
Why AC/DC? I mean...
Yeah. They're quite alright, eh?
Cheery.
They're half pleasant.
Yeah, I find them pleasant.
Yeah.
Good to listen to before bed.
Anywho, Saturday, 3rd of February, this week in music history, 1935. Born on this day, Johnny Guitar Watson. He was an American blues guitarist / singer. His ferocious space guitar single of 1954 pioneered guitar feedback and reverb. Watson died on 17 May 1996 while on tour in Yokohama, Japan. According to eyewitness reports, he collapsed mid-guitar solo. So, yes, born on this day, 1935 in music history, Johnny Watson.
Yeah. Died mid-guitar solo as well. I found that.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. And he did have last words, but I'm a bit afraid of uttering them in a somewhat family-friendly context. But,
yes, let's not go there.
Let's not go there. But apparently he said something along the lines of, "Ain't that a female dog?" Shall we say?
Well,
shall we say?
It is a little
mid-guitar solo, shredding away, starts to die. Ain't that a, off he goes kind of thing. And then finally, on Sunday, the 4th of February in 2017, which was only last year, Black Sabbath, the band often credited with inventing heavy metal music, played their last ever concert. The 2-hour gig at the NEC Arena in their home city of Birmingham saw the rock veterans play 15 songs, ending with their very first hit, Paranoid. Ticker tape and balloons fell as singer Ozzy Osbourne, 68, thanked fans for nearly 5 decades of support. Sabbath's The End tour began in the US in January in 2016 and took place in 81 dates across the world. Not bad for a bunch of geezers, huh?
That is a big tour for a bunch of geezers, you're quite right.
And Tony Iommi was battling cancer, all that kind of thing.
Well done, Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Good on ya.
Good on them. Yeah, so people, that brings us to a final conclusion to this week in music history. If you would do us a favor and please do us the follow on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. If I can just have a quick look at the handles behind Andrew's very muscular back there, please. Don't forget to mention us in hashtag COPA Radio, hashtag COPA Live, and check us out on at COPA_SA and COPA SA on Facebook, and obviously on Instagram, also COPA_SA. Keep up to date with all the happenings.
Indeed. As well as follow the channel.
Yes, please
The
do that.
YouTube channel where you found this.
Will you be sharing
recording.
this on in your own capacity?
Absolutely.
I'll be doing the same.
So we'll see you on the web.
Thanks a lot, people.